Good morning, good morning. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. We are just getting out of the high impact news event. We do still have natural gas in 30 minutes. I have taken 2 trades, one win and one break even. The break even actually should have been a loss. However, because of how far my entry was away from where my entry actually was supposed to be, I could see that like anytime that happens where it spikes so bad that my entry is way off, I just rather break even. That's to me what makes the most sense, because clearly volume is spiking the opposite way. If it's off by a couple of ticks, that's one thing, but my entry was literally like in the middle of the entry bar. So I was able to get out on the volume spike for that. No biggie. But the sheer number of trades I have missed / sat out of this morning is insane. So hopefully we continue to have really good movement for the rest of the day, and I can kind of make up for that, and hopefully it's wins like it was at the beginning of the session. So far I sat out of 4 trades, well really kind of 5, but one of them I did take on sim because I used to have a rule for not taking that particular trade, but now after like 2 days ago I basically realized that it wasn't what I thought it was. It was more so I needed to redefine the volume requirements, which I've done. So yeah, the one I took on sim won. The other 3, there were 3 more wins and a break even. So really right now I should be like 5-0-2. Yeah. Guess I could have entered. I would have. Nah. Sat out of this one because it was going to touch the top of the zone shortly after. So this buy right here, I could have taken it, met my volume requirements, but we were rotating over a sell rotation level and going for a buy, which is kind of weird. So I just didn't take it. I mean, I guess it does make sense because my trend bias at the time was a downtrend. So I guess that kind of makes sense. I'm just so used to only taking buys at the buy rotation and sales at the sell rotation. So that kind of threw me off a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. So I'm gonna count that as a miss too, because it does make sense why it's there. Good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? So yeah, I'll count that one. What time was that? Now the buy I just sat out of, I'm okay with missing that one, but all the other ones that I missed this morning, it just was no reason. I woke up early this morning, but I still kind of felt a little discombobulated. I don't know why. And also, I kind of sat back a little bit this morning as well because so many people in Discord were complaining about rhythmic issues this morning. Well, I wouldn't say so many people, but I saw people complaining this morning, so I was just like, I don't know. Had me a little worried. All right, we pushed down too far now. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? So yeah, I was a little worried. I mean, one guy, he was complaining, but come to find out, like, you can't place trades because you blew your account. But there was someone else that was saying, like, there were people saying that they couldn't connect to Rhythmic, or they could, and then they could finally connect to Rhythmic, but not NinjaTrader. It was just a bunch of stuff that just had me like, do we even want to trade that? Like, I almost didn't get out of bed to trade. So I wanted to see like what was going on, and there was no data issues for me. So, but either way, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins that I've sat out of and a break even. Great. What a wonderful way to start. You're good. How's your trading going this morning? You too, Rio. I'm so annoyed with like me being so off this morning, because this morning is probably like the best price action that I've seen in a very long time. Like the first 3 trades were within the first 3 minutes of the market being open. Like, what? You know how long it's been since I've seen that? And I'm just over here shacking a fool. Ooh, also, I know you guys have always seen me like stay away from trades at the now I still don't know about the middle pivot level, but at least at the major support and resistance, I can take them. Now what I cannot do is take them when they're like rotating. So like if this trade's going back up and rotates over this, no. But if it was to come up, come down, and just wick off the top, absolutely can trade it. Even if it was like a buy wicking off the top of the major resistance level, I can take that. That happened, I think there were like 3 or 4 trades yesterday. Like, bro. But it actually makes sense why I can take it. Like if it just, hey, the entry bar touches it, but not the previous. Like when it's like this where it's rotating, this is letting me know that like, yo, we're not really using this as support right now. Otherwise, the first reversal bar would have been above it. Like we would have cleared it. So this let me know like, yo, it's resisting here. We didn't clear it. So taking the rotation over it doesn't make sense. It's not a strong support level right now. It's more of a resistance level. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to start taking them today, but I do know that I can start taking them. So, yeah. Then I'll just have to see about the middle pivot level. I think I'm going to stick to just like the regular pullbacks, not any other trades. So like not any divergence that happens here, like nothing like that. Just regular pullbacks for now, at least. Small green. Let me see what the 5 minute looks like. I haven't looked at anything at all. Ooh. This is a 5 minute candle? My goodness. I was looking for the reversal up, but you guys can see we created 2 outside bars. And then the zigzag changed to a downtrend. So, and because of the way it just bounced off of my minor level to the tick, no divergence, even if it's what I'm looking for, which it wouldn't be in this case. So we'll just wait again. Kind of see. The overnight levels must be super. Oh, we're getting to the overnight levels actually. I'm glad I just thought about it. Where are the other ones from yesterday? I normally move the overnight levels right when I get on the charts. But again, I was a little discombobulated this morning, probably from waking up so damn early. Okay, let's lock that. Just play some music, and I need to charge my phone. I'm like, why am I this color, this green color? Because my charts are green, but it's because I don't have my lights on. There we go. Now I look normal. Oh shoot, there's not enough volume yet. All right, now it is. It's freezing. Hold on, guys. Why is it so cold in April? I wouldn't have gotten filled there on the sale. I prefer for this particular trend change pullback to rotate over my minor level, which is right above the overnight low. But it didn't rotate, and I pretty much could tell I wasn't gonna get filled anyway, which I wouldn't have. All right, natural gas is in 8 minutes. don't do it there. All right, that's better. I did not want that rotation level to disappear, but it did. So it invalidated my trade. Would have still won, but it then rejected as soon as it won. This pushes up right here. I'm gonna sit out because, oh, well, there we go. That works. The double top middle would have thrown me off a little bit. I just gotta, no, I don't want to make that news thing bigger on my screen. Because I ain't gonna lie, the last couple times there's been news, I pointed it out and then totally forgot right after. Like, girl, what are you doing? Twink. I definitely missed this sale. Oh, well, no, I didn't. So with this type of divergence, I'm trying to figure out if I want to trade it when like the zigzag is the same color. Right now I do not. And I don't know how I want to do it, so yeah, I literally don't know yet. I mean, it would have worked out though, for sure. Because everything else, like the volume, everything was right. So I might have to add that back in my arsenal. We'll see. 42. It's something that I'm going to keep tracking. Because I'm pretty sure it set up one time yesterday at the new high or low. Volume requirements were exactly what I wanted, but the zigzag was the same color as my trend direction, so I set out. So I think I'll probably just track this kind for a while and just kind of see from there. Maybe like a week. It happens, I'm pretty sure it happens enough for me to track it for like a week, maybe 2, and then I'll be good. Because I'm definitely already adding that type of divergence at new high and low. It happened twice today. One broke even, one took profit. I did not take the trades, but I did say that I am from now on. So I just was being a cuckoo bird this morning. Unequivocally me. Am I using an algo? Nope. I trade manually. Now I do use a chart trader that enters the trades for me. But but I have to tell it to enter the trade. So, and the only reason I do that is because my trades go like this. They're very quick. So it's literally impossible for me to buy click, sell click, that kind of thing. And I use limit orders, and I need the orders to be very precise. So I have I'll show you. So it's a chart trader. It's a third party indicator that I paid for a long time ago. But I use these two buttons right here. So when I want to get into a buy at the close of a buy bar, I just click this close button and it'll manually enter the trade. Like it'll place my orders for me as soon as the bar closes. Same thing with the red close button. It does it for sales. If I miss the entry for whatever reason, I will go ahead and click the buy click button, because then I could just click directly on the chart where I want the entry to be, and it'll kind of do everything for me from there. But no, I'm manually trading though. And what it does, I'm going to get to you trader help. What it does is, so I have settings set to where it places the entry one tick beyond the close of the bar. That's just the way that I'm trading it. And then because I use an ATM, the ATM is attached, so it'll automatically place, you know, my stop loss, take profit, do my auto break even, all of that stuff for me. So yeah, I've had that chart trader for a while, and to be honest with you, I tell the creator of that chart trader how thankful I am all the time, because the strategy that I've been, you know, developing over the last 4 months, it would not be possible for me to trade without this chart trader. Like literally impossible, because my entries are too fast. So trader help, this is a Renko chart. I only trade Renko charts. I do have a 5-minute chart open because I know a lot of my viewers trade on 5-minute charts, and sometimes I just like to see what they're seeing. Then I do, which I don't have open right now, but I typically have like a couple of streamers open where I'll look at their charts or whatever. It doesn't change my bias in any way, shape, or form, but it's cool to see, you know, a 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart, whatever. I used to intraday swing on a 2-minute Heikin-Ashi chart years ago, but I prefer Renko charts. Renko charts were the first chart type that I actually was introduced to 10 years ago, and it's always been my favorite because it is, I think, the only like pure price base candle type, meaning, you know, price has to hit there for the bar to close, versus there being a certain number of ticks or a certain amount of volume or, you know, time or whatever. So I've been playing around with different Renko settings for a long time now. But most recently, as of about maybe this is week 7 of me being on a 16-1 chart. This is by far my favorite, and this is kind of what I've been building my strategy around, is the 16-1. At one point I was on a 16-2. I've done a 20-2, a 12-1, and now a 16-1. So with a 16-1, the brick size is 16 ticks, and then the threshold is 1 tick. So once a reversal bar paints, it has to go 32 ticks, or double with what my brick size is. So it has to go from here to here, 32 ticks, to close a reversal candle, and then every tick in that same direction, it'll paint a new bar. So it's kind of like Heikin-Ashi, where the open and close is not real. However, your closes are real, the opens are not. So like I have, this is called King Renkos, but it basically shows you, it shows you what the inside of the bar looks like. So if you compare this to this, it looks like price got down here, you know, on the uptrend, but it really didn't. It didn't go down there. So yeah, that is what I trade. I don't look at any other chart for a bias or anything. I'm scalping 18 ticks at a time. I use a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So 18 tick stop loss, 18 tick take profit. When I am 16 ticks in profit, my ATM moves my stop loss to break even, and just kind of goes from there. Let's see, 459. It should be 11. But yeah, so I've been trading off and on for 10 years. Way more off and on. Don't get it twisted. I was a nurse. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. So trading has always kind of taken the backseat, especially in my times of being irritated. I would just quit. And just recently, around September of last year, I closed my credit repair business so that I can truly focus on trading, because the reality is I loved helping people, don't get me wrong, but I don't want to depend on people for an income, whether it's people buying from my business, whether it's depending on a job for money, things like that. For trading, it was like, all right, it's just me and the charts. It can be a very frustrating journey, but I think that it's very worth it in the end. So yeah, around September, I started fully focusing on trading. I was already kind of trying to develop this particular strategy, but I was trading it way different. So right after Christmas, right before New Year's, is when I started looking at volume, because I wanted to see if there were like specific repetitive volume patterns that happen every day in the market. And mind you, in my 10 years off and on of experience, I had never traded volume ever before. So with that being said, it's taken me time to learn volume, to learn, the importance of volume, how it works, and different things like that. And plus there's no information out there at all regarding Rinko and volume, like that combination. So it's been a little journey, but it's starting to pay off. Could have paid off a lot earlier had I just completed my back test, but when you play around with different Rinko settings and you're back testing, and then you're like, oh, let's switch this, and then you start back testing again, like eventually you just get tired of back testing, which is where I was at that point. When I switched to the 16-1 chart the week of March 11th, I was just over back testing. So I was like, screw it. It's going to take me a little bit longer to get this together, because we're going to use forward testing data and trades from every single day to redefine and refine the rules. And I was okay with that, because I was not back testing anymore. But I would say this week is probably one of the best weeks so far. I should be up way more money right now, but I was discombobulated this morning. So I sat out of 5 wins and a break even. And that would be equivalent to an extra $431 per account. Yeah. No bueno. You can catch very nice swing trades on the 2-minute Heikin-Ashi, especially on... Yeah, that's why I loved the 2-minute chart. Like, every single day, I promise y'all, I get memories from Facebook reminding me of how great I was doing swing trading a 2-minute chart. Now, ask me why I stopped. I don't know. Well, really, I just didn't like being on the charts for so long. And also, I just feel like the longer you're in a trade, the more likely it can go against you. And I mean, I have screenshots of me catching a 200 point, not tick, point move on the ES, You know, like, I mean, just craziness. I was doing really, really, really well. But I was tired of sitting on the charts all day. And for me, if I can just scalp the first 2.5 hours of a session, baby, that's what I'm going to do. I don't want to be here all day. I just don't. 385. We can push through my major level right here. I don't think we can. Let's see. My major level is at 400, so that's what we're kind of reversing off of. And I'm actually gonna, if it can get back to break even, I'll break even. I don't think it will, but yeah, that's all right. You're not wrong, you're just early. I wasn't really a huge fan of this trade. I prefer to take these trades like above my major level, but it's set up, so just do what you gotta do. I kind of had a feeling though, once the zigzag changed and it hit the major level and started pushing like that, I just had a feeling, and I was right. But I only have like certain rules for manually breaking even, and it's never based off of hunches. I personally am okay with losses because for me it's like I know what my edge is at this point. So if losses occur, they occur. You know, as I've continued to refine my strategy, I shouldn't incur a whole lot of losses in a day. And if there are like more than 2 or 3 losses, there's typically a whole bunch of wins on top of it because it's usually a high volume or high volatility day. So I think the biggest thing for a lot of people is not being able to accept losses. I don't really have that problem. You can go back to my streams where I was like on losing streaks daily and whatever. That's just how I felt. I probably could have taken this trade, but you can see the major support levels there, and I told you guys like right now I feel most comfortable only taking regular pullbacks, not divergences there. But it was a divergence at my major level, so that's a little bit different than like regular counter trend divergence and stuff. So I'll just make sure that I track that, but for now I'm okay with sitting out of it. But we had the major support level there, which of course was resistance in this situation, and we had the middle VWAP, so it kind of made sense why it could work out, honestly. But yeah, so now I'm looking for a reversal trade. I'm a nurse as well. Don't want to do it anymore. Been off and on my journey. Want to fully focus and transition from Forex. You should absolutely transition from Forex. I have experience in futures, Forex, and binary options. Started in futures, went to binary options, went to Forex, back to binary, back to Forex, back to futures, back to Forex, back to futures. I just kind of kept going back and forth. I do not like binary options. I could tell you that much, because when price closes, when that contract closes at your strike price or one tick on the opposite side, it'll make you want to break your computer. Yes, it will. So we just don't do that anymore. Nope. I refuse. But yeah, I've been a nurse for 12 years now. I did take a 3-year break after my first year because I absolutely just freaking hated it, if I'm being honest. Yeah, but now I've kind of been out of nursing for the last 2 years, almost. Kind of started losing my hours to a girl who wasn't even licensed, who failed her boards twice. So I was kind of forced into like getting back to focusing on trading. So I always tell people, like, for me, I know it's a blessing in disguise because I just know it would have taken me a long time to get back into trading. And yeah, so I'm just taking advantage of it, really. I was looking for a sale there, but we just refused to react off of 367. So when I trade multiple accounts, just go for small profits. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lie to you. For me, so I understand why people stop themselves like at a daily profit target or a loss target. I get it. I personally would not do that. Like I was explaining to someone in the Apex Discord a couple days ago, because they asked me if I stop at a certain profit target and I don't. First of all, part of it is because for me, during the process of developing my strategy, I can't stop myself because I have to figure out my edge by taking every single setup for that 2.5 hour time span. That's the only way for me to get enough statistical data to be able to create the rules of the strategy, right? But also because I'm trading a volume-based strategy, when there is high volume and high volatility, I could have 20 trades in one session. When there's low volume or low volatility, I might only have 2 trades in a session, right? So let's say that I stop myself at $250 in profit. All right. So today I would have, if I took every trade this morning, I would have basically stopped myself about maybe 8:45 this morning. But I've continued to have setups after that. So if I stop myself at 250, but today's profit could have been $700 total, I just knocked myself out of an extra $450 for literally no reason. Right? So then what if tomorrow is a low volume and low volatility day? I only had 2 trades. I won one, lost one, ended up break even. Now that extra 450 that could have, kind of carried me over into the next day is not there because I stopped at 450 in profit. So that for me is the reason why I don't do it. But I get why people do it. I just don't. And there is something really wonky with the orders right now. I don't know how I just ended up in 2 orders. That's gonna make me mad. Y'all, I don't even know how I was in that trade, but that's okay. I'll take it. I don't even know how that happened. But either way, yeah, so that for me is why I don't do it. Somehow and it's still on. When there's like a data lag with Rhythmic, somehow, some way, I will get put into double orders. It doesn't happen often, like maybe once a month, and it'll usually happen before I'm on stream when the market is moving super crazy. But yeah, so that's why I personally don't do it. But again, I understand why people do it, and it's fine for other people to do it, but I wouldn't. Please read your name. Am I okay, please? He was waiting to see if 400 was going to reject for a short break and retest. 30% caused a lot of people to do it. 30% causes a lot of people, to stop themselves. Yeah, I get it. I definitely get it, especially because, I tell people all the time, if you could stay below the 30%, you should, because otherwise you kind of screw yourself putting it in the hands of another human being. But yeah. I think, yeah. So I think with that trade, I think I got in double somehow because I had the button to get into the trade. I clicked the button to get out of the trade, but I think it was already pushing the order through for me to get in, even though I didn't want to be in. So it put me in double. So it's whatever, because I actually did not want to be in that trade at all. So it's all good. Stuff like that doesn't really bother me. It's technology. It's never going to be 100% whatever. But I definitely did not want to be in that trade. it kind of invalidated itself on the way as it was going back up. But yeah, whatever. If I can just at least get back to break even, that'll make me happy. But I definitely was, at some point today, I was only about $800 from, actually no, seven something, like 780 from reaching the profit target on the 25K. So, but stuff like this is why, like, the only time I get irritated with stuff like this is when, like this morning, I sat out of 5 wins, right? So that extra 431 per account could have helped me here. You know, error, cool, but I could have been covered if I didn't sit out of those stupid trades. So, but it's all good. All good, all good. Let's see. All right, that's back in front. See if we can push down and continue down. Our levels are back in order, so we'll see. Tabari, why do you want me to read your name? I can't read your first name. And as someone who has a name that has been butchered my entire life, I don't like butchering people's names. So why did you want me to read your name? All right, so we got about an hour and some change left. Again, my only goal is to get back to break even. Hopefully we get enough trades to be able to do that. Let's see. All right, and that pattern is impossible for me to trade. So I really want to see it clear this 6250 level because it's up here. We cleared for the change to an uptrend, but the first level, but we didn't clear the full zone, and that's why this buy pressure zone is there. And look, there's another trade that I set out of for no reason. No reason at all. The buy right here, and I would have gotten filled and I would have won. And we'd have been almost back to break even. Honestly, I kind of wasn't paying attention because I thought we were going to come down and hit this level, which I don't trade at, but we missed it by like 3 ticks. So today it's just been off. I'm not gonna lie. I woke up too early. It wasn't even like I was tired, but when I wake up too early, my brain just don't work right. Because I'm not even supposed to be awake right now. Just not. All right, I tried to. That entry wasn't right. What the hell? That entry just was not right. Whatever. Buy, sell. Buy, sell. Yeah, I just wanted to clear this level before I take any more trades because the price just acts so weird when this happens. So we'll just sit. All right, now we've cleared it. Great, because what the fuck? that trade, I mean, it was still valid. My entry was a little bit off, but because I had to click it to get it there. But yeah. To get past the discombobulation is what I need. I had such a great last 2 days, which today could have been great too if I wasn't tripping. Do y'all see, like, my orders are just weird. I just needed to push past 354. Or not? Oh my God. Please, let's not do this today. But I could tell there's like this little slight lag though, because I could tell there's a slight lag because when my orders are entering, there's like no stop loss and take profit attached for like the first 5 seconds or so. It's very awkward. Try again at this divergence. It's not Friday, right? No, it's not. Oh yeah. Okay guys, we're gonna be done, I think. My fills are just so weird. So this is the same type of trade that I got out of earlier, because you could see like I was filled in the middle of the bar, which just means that the volume is spiking. So that's why I broke even, because the same thing happened to me earlier. But see, my data lags 0.03 seconds. I should be okay. I'm gonna keep trading. Y'all know me, I've gone on a losing streak, so I really don't give a shit. Like I said, the only thing that irritates me with today is just the fact that like I could be covered right now if I would have just taken the other trades today. But was I filled in the right spot there? Yeah, I was. Okay. As long as the other ones. Alright, double bottom, double top. I'm not gonna take the next buy. I'll take the next sell though, probably. Am I a Virgo? Nope. I'm a Cancer actually. I don't know if I have Virgo placements in my charts. There's a possibility. I don't know though. I am a Cancer. Alright, let's see if we can bring these accounts back, because I was halfway to passing this damn 25K. I'm not really worried about the 50Ks. Honestly, I'm still like on the brink of, do I want to keep trading 50Ks or not kind of thing. But yeah. Yeah, so I know from now on, anytime this happens where we've filled in the middle of the bar, I'm going to keep breaking even like that, because you see I would have lost. What does this look like on a... there's a lot of wiki bars to the left from the 9 o'clock news. You did the same thing this past year. I think for me, the decision was more so like, all right, you've known for 10 years that you want to master trading in your own way. And you've known for 10 years that trading is probably the only career that you will be happy with long term. Are there going to be bad days? Yes. Are there going to be crazy things like today? Yes. I just had 2 great green days in a row, and then today happens. But today's happening is my fault because I should be up like still $200 even despite all of this, right? $200 per account, but whatever. But for me, it's like, all right, if every time you've gotten irritated and because you've had other things going on financially where it's like, why am I going to sit here and stress myself out? I make X amount of money in my career. I make X amount of money in my business. Every time you've done that, you've just literally pushed achieving the goal back even further. And for what reason? Right? I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe. I showed on the stream like how much I've achieved in life just from, the number of trophies and awards and medals, and that wasn't even everything. So for me, it's like when I get irritated with trading, it's because I have been able to succeed at everything I put my mind to, but trading is the one thing that like will irritate me to the point where I'm like, fuck achieving the goal. I don't give a damn. You're pissing me off and I don't have to be here, right? But now you fast forward and it's like you were introduced to this at 24 years old. You're almost 34 years old. A whole decade has gone by only because you've continued to quit. Have you not reached the goal yet? So now I'm at the age where, okay, well, we can't do that no more. I don't have children. I plan to in the near future, hopefully, fingers crossed. But, I kind of also saw the losing hours at my job as a blessing in disguise because I graduated high school at 16. I've been going since then. And I was not the college student who partied. I didn't do that. Like my first year of college, I was taking 20 credit hours every 10 weeks at an accelerated school. I was playing ball on top of that. Even while I was in nursing school, I was playing D2 ball. I could have went D1, but for what? I don't want to be in the WNBA. I don't want to go overseas. So what for? So it's like, I never really had a break. Even while I was in nursing school, I was working as a realtor. I just was always doing something, right? So I was like, yo, when you want to have kids, you're never really going to have that chance again to not do anything, to just take a break from life because you've been doing too damn much. Calm down, sit down. I've lived in so many different cities. I've done travel nursing. I've done a lot in my lifetime. And to be honest with you, like at one point in time in my entrepreneur career, I literally was on a plane like every couple of days for like 8 months, 6 to 8 months. It was insane. And although it was fun at one point, it was no longer fun. That's why I don't even travel now. I very rarely travel because I did so much traveling at that point in my life that I just don't care to even travel anymore. And honestly, it's like I was going so much that I was not able to like actually bask in the glory and live in the moment. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't because I was always doing something. I never stopped to smell the roses basically. So because of that, it's like, all right, you have this opportunity to take a break from life. I don't take a break from responsibilities. I still got bills to pay and stuff, you know what I mean? But you have the opportunity to chill out. When you have kids, you can't just take this long break from life. You can't. You got people dependent on you, right? So I just decided to just seize the moment. And that's what I'm doing. because it was definitely needed. It was. It was. And then I was in psych for the last 8 years. That can take a toll on you. I think the majority of my stresses, though, when it came to working as a nurse, really just had to do with administration. Really. It's the workplace, not the actual job description, not the patients. It was just the work environment, honestly, which I'm pretty sure it's probably like that for a lot of people. But I was just over it. I'm not gonna lie. I was. All right, so we're down to about 230 per account now. Let's see what we can get out of this. If I could just get back to break even over the next hour, I would be happy. Is it news at 10? Unless it's some kind of bond auction, I don't know. I only look at Forex Factory because at one point I was looking at investing.com and they would have some of the random bond auctions and stuff like that, but I always found that it didn't really affect my trading, so I just stopped looking at it. But yeah, there could be. I'm not even sure, honestly. Let me go see. Because I would do like the same, you know, stopping at a certain point, restarting at a certain point, but it literally did nothing. It was no point. Let me see. Economic calendar. It looks like KC Fed Composite Index, KC Fed Manufacturing Index. They're both listed as low impact on investing.com. So it could have been that. I'm not even sure. All right, I was looking for a reversal off the top, but we failed to do that. I know by the time I go through and I journal today, actually, maybe I'll stay on the stream a little bit longer today and I'm going to journal while I am finishing out the stream, because I said that I wanted to do that a couple of days ago, but because the last 2 days have been going so well, you guys weren't going to see my natural reaction to me being irritated with myself as I'm journaling. So I'll stay on the stream longer today while I journal. You guys can kind of see my process a little bit. The main thing when I'm journaling is, of course, writing down every trade that I take, but I also write down any trades that I didn't take, why I didn't take them, any trades that I missed, why I missed them. Anything that's invalid, I mark that up so that I know, because honestly and truly, not that I don't care what the daily P&L looks like, because I do. I'm on this journey for a reason, but until I've until I've 100% solidified the strategy, number one, and mastered the rules of it, I don't really expect to be 100%. I don't expect, not long term. Like, I can have a couple of days where I don't miss any trades, absolutely, but that's not realistic right now, because every time I make changes, I gotta rewire my brain to now remember those changes, and that takes a minute. And I'm old, so it's gonna take me a nice minute. But I just care about what the P&L should be. See. Alright, let's see if we can actually push through the zone this time. Hopefully it doesn't take me longer than like 30 minutes to journal, maybe 40. It was a lot of setups today. It was a lot. It's impossible for that to work out. So I'm basically down like 3 trades. I don't know if we'll get 3 trades in the next hour, but we'll see. I am old. Listen, I've been old my whole life. If I could get my grandma or my mom to come in here right now, they will tell you I've been old my whole life. That's why I feel old. My age is not old, but I'm just old. I've been old for a very long time. And my memory is just bad. I'm actually surprised that I've been able to remember some of the rules of my strategy that I have. I have a little cheat sheet here. And so anytime you see me looking down, if I'm not on my phone, which I'm not usually on my phone very much. Oh, they delivered my order. Why didn't you guys ring the doorbell? Now I have to bring all these freaking big 5-gallon water bottles in. But yeah, I'm surprised that I've been able to remember as many of the rules as I've had with all the changes that I've made, because my brain does not compute most of the time. It doesn't. My memory has been bad for a very long time. All right, let's see what kind of push we have. We can push through 389. We might be okay. I really want to see a trade above this rotation level right here. Two. Is it not enough? Probably not. Please don't stop me out to the tick. That will irritate me. Yeah, losses like that, I'm cool. Just don't stop me out to the tick. That's irritating. And now we're down 5 trades. 4, 5, 94 trades. But yeah, like, even now, I mean, I've always said that the only thing I always hope for on a red day is to be less than negative 250. But that really is based on like how my strategy actually is for the day, not me making mistakes, you know, things like that. Or like it also including trades that I sat out of and stuff like that. But even on days like today, where like I think $180 of this is in a trade that I wasn't even supposed to be in, number one, and also it was a double entry, so that made it worse. But yeah, as long as I'm below 250, that's what I care most about, because I feel like a $250 loss day can be made back easy. Now it's when you have negative 600, 700, those kind of days that are not easy. But like for me, all this time that I've been on YouTube and developing my strategy, the negative days were literally just because my strategy wasn't right yet, right? But if we could just get back to 250, I actually would be happy about that, despite everything else. So we'll see. Just kind of like heavily resisting around here, which kind of makes sense. I mean, the trend bias changed here and we've kind of just been sitting here. So the resistance makes sense, but I definitely thought we would be able to finally push through right there. Even though we touched the top of the zone, it's kind of like an older zone now, so I can trade it at it. But we're just resisting pretty heavy, and then the middle VWAP level being there doesn't help. So let's just see if at some point we can push through. More seller volume. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I think I was reading. I think I've been reading this particular divergence wrong recently. I'm gonna have to see. 31. We push up here. I needed to stall longer, which it doesn't look like it's going to. I knew the stall wasn't gonna happen. Bro. Alright. Unfortunately, I had to break even here at this sell or buy pressure level. It's just a rule of mine. Because normally it can't really push through, so alright, and the seller pressure is already coming in, so it makes no sense for me to take this buy. Actually, okay, I'm glad I did, because it changed when the bar closed. That little minor push down really just annoyed me. I almost didn't get into this buy because I don't know if you guys could see, but while the bar was painting, the zigzag was changing red, right? So my thought process was, okay, well, when the bar closes, it's probably going to change red as well. But I do remember earlier that happened where it looked like it would have been red right when the bar closed and it actually turned green. So I went ahead and I chanced it based on earlier and it worked out. 14. It just sucks that this entry was so close to this buy pressure line because it definitely pushed through, but I had to break even there. It normally won't push through. 400 is heavy. Yeah. Big time. Big time, big time. Alright, right now my levels are out of order, so there's really nothing I could do right now. We're back under 250. Hopefully we can stay under 250. So I can end the day with Zen, which y'all might see me turn up just a little bit while I'm journaling. But I need to catch up on my online journal too, which I probably am not going to do today. Did we change? Yeah, I forgot to draw the freaking zone. There's the swing trade that I could have taken and gotten out at 372. I have not been taking them the last 2 days, I think. Don't ask me why. Honestly, I think I'm just so focused on like hammering the other stuff in my head that I've just been completely neglecting because I know this setup at least 2 or 3 times today. Break of the first level, not the second. Take the trade to the major level. It's probably going to resist there. It's fine. If it comes back and creates divergence, a second, like another divergence on the retouch, take it all the way to the downside pressure line. So simple. But the first one, like this one, is only like a 1 to 1. But then when I take it all the way to the next pressure line, it's a 1 to 3. And I really kind of need to see it push up beyond this for me to be able to take buys right now. I can't really do anything right now. I really can't even take sales either at the moment. So kind of just stuck between the zones right now. Let me see if this goes. I'm gonna use the bathroom because no matter what happens, I can't trade right now anyway. We're still in the same spot. Oh, but my levels are where I want them to be now, though. But now we got this weird thing, like it was earlier, where I think I took the sale, but we didn't clear that pressure level, and I think that wasn't that one of the losses. Yeah, because everything else set up properly. So the question is, do I take... Oh, great. We invalidated ourselves, so I don't have to worry about it. Technically, I guess. I just know when I start journaling, I'm gonna be irritated with myself. That's some of the stuff you go through on this journey. Especially when you have to be real with yourself about your own performance or about whatever. And we only got 30 minutes left, so choose to not take the payout straight away. Choose to take withdrawal in the third or fourth cycle. Do I receive the total amount which is capped? Oh, he's gonna answer it good. There is so much drama in the future space right now. My goodness. Especially regarding this dollar cost averaging, martingale strategy, open range trades. Like, it's just so much freaking drama. And people in other companies are trying to make it seem like Apex is giving like preferential treatment for big YouTubers who are doing it publicly, and it's not true. I have not seen anyone get denied a payout so far doing it, but it's just so much drama. So much drama. And then you have people that are like upset because they think it's now a rule, when if you go and look at the damn agreements that you signed, it's been a rule. You know, just all kinds of craziness. All right, so we're pushing through finally. Now I just want to see it push through this seller pressure level. That would be nice. We do have the middle VWAP up there, and then we're coming up on the major support level. So, but we've pushed through, so that's good. Wait, what's going on? $2. Stop. I don't know why people compare payouts with different prop firms, because if a prop firm is smaller with less traders, less people getting paid out, you can't really compare the processing time to a bigger company. That doesn't even make sense, especially when everything's not automated. There's so much that's manual with Apex and it sucks, but you can't really compare that to a smaller prop. That's literally dumb. All right, we broke out just to break and come back in. What the hell? Damn, I wanted to take that sell, but not on a 1 bar pullback. I just wanted one more bar. Just one. Just one. If it was a 2 bar pullback, I could have taken it. One more freaking bar. That's all I needed. Let's see something. It's a very nice push down. We basically rotated over my level at 386.50. which was what I was looking for, but I never take 1 bar pullbacks like that. Ever. There are many factors that cause a payment to get sent to review, and our team has to investigate them a little further. It does not mean they are denied. It means you need to be patient until they get to it. This under review thing has people going cuckoo. Alright, so let's see. Got 25 minutes left. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, that's an old level. I don't even need this zone anymore. It's old. I really could have broken even here because we did get filled pretty low in the bar, but it wasn't like halfway like the other ones were. And with it trading off of this rotation level, that's really the only reason why I went ahead and I stayed in despite being filled so low. Because again, my thought process is the lower we're filled in the entry bar, or higher if we're going for a sell, it's too much volatility pushing it the opposite way, and that shouldn't be happening. For other people, they look at it as, oh, I got a better fill. For me, I'm scalping, and that just means that you are not pushing the way I need you to push. But we didn't, like I said, we didn't get halfway into the bar, so I was kind of okay with keeping it Zigzag did change though, so it could have been wonky, but it worked out, so I won't complain. What was my 25? What was the entry? $83.50. Okay. So it was like 6 ticks above where I would be comfortable. The entry being 236. Not yet. Bless you, Granny. Pretty much got my regular pullback rules like embedded in my head. It's the divergences that, I mean, I still look down to like double check and make sure. It's the divergences that have probably been changing the most, so. Ooh. Thought we would push up, but we did not. That stalled there too long. I did need it to stall for a little bit, but that stalled way too long. So I can't get into that buy. It's now invalid. Mm-hmm. These zones are so close together, I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get any more trades today. All right, we're getting a little push. Bias is attempting to change from a downtrend back to an uptrend. Oh, I need to see if they have these. To go to Walmart when I get off the stream. Do I have to go to the other one? That's gonna suck. Oh, they don't have it on there either, but I know it's there. I just saw it yesterday. Alright, so whatever. Okay. Obviously no buy. We got seller volume in the zigzag, so see if we can get a reversal for the sell. I don't want it to touch 381.50 though, and we just did. So there's another, I could have scalped this. Well, it's not really a scalp, it's a 1-to-1 swing. 32 tick stop loss, 32 tick take profit. The only reason I didn't take it on my sim is because we had this buy rotation level there, which we're in a sell, so I would automatically break even, which it would have just hit the break even in one of these bars, it looks like. So yeah, I definitely wanted to look for this sale that's happening right now, but I did not want it to touch 81.50 first. So that invalidated it. It's like 3 ticks. All right. All right, let's see if we just push down instead. Still can't take trades just yet, but it'll likely need to push like through this zone for me to feel comfortable taking sales. Okay. I just need to move down right now. Or you can move up, you know, whatever you want to do, market. I'm just here. How many trades have I taken? 14, really 13, because that one was a double entry. Alright. So now we can start looking for entries for the sale again. Do we ever really? Actually, I probably won't unless we fully clear it. The only reason is because when we changed to the downtrend bias, we immediately pushed up. There was no kind of structure below it. So if there was like a little bit of structure below it, then we pushed up and we came back to here and created a sell, I would have no problem taking it. But because we technically still have not cleared this level with like a regular pullback, I don't really want to take it because it's still like too heavy of a support zone technically. And we might push up far enough where it won't even matter. Yeah, so that invalidated it anyway. Yep, invalidated itself. What I like to see. I need to write down because I keep forgetting. If I want to be able to reach a payout for the middle of May, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically have to start trading my PAs by the 1st, which for me would be the 29th, which is not going to, well, we go all the way to the 20th. The last day, then it'll be the 6th. So I got like another week. I got another week to pass my next eval to make me comfortable with trading the PAs. Otherwise, we'll just have to go for the June 1st through 5th payment cycle, which wouldn't bother me much. That's my birthday month. That would be a happy birthday for me. That invalidated itself. Ah, shoot. I'm so slow. I should have taken the sell on my sim account for the swing. Let's see if we can get all the way down to this blue line. Damn, I wasn't paying attention. That was the perfect divergence into the zone. Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, I still wouldn't feel comfortable taking sales, so I'm not going to. One, two, so this is the third bounce. But I'm looking for it to get down there. Wait, did the color change twice? No. And I would have just gotten stopped out because I would have moved the stop loss to 381.50. Literally just creating these big ass swings to literally just trade this range. Yeah, as soon as we touched here, I would have set the stop loss to break even. Well, not break even, but I would have gotten stopped out. Let's see, like 40 ticks in profit. That wasn't the pattern I was looking for. Oh, that 5-minute chart is ugly. Can't take a sell. Got 4 minutes left. Like I said earlier, for those of you guys who want to stay tuned in, I am going to stay on while I journal. Just so you guys can see my thought process while I'm journaling. I do usually start off with like writing down. So I have like a page that I make at the beginning of the week where I track my starting balance, profit and loss for the day, ending balance, and the number of wins, losses, break evens, and trades that take profit before I'm entered into the trade. So I do fill that out just because it's easy to just look at one page for like a glance for the week. I like doing it that way, and I track each of my accounts individually. Even though I do have an online trade journal and all of that, I like doing it in the physical journal as well. And then of course I write those same like statistics down for that particular day's journal entry, and then I just go through the chart. So I like to review the chart right after I'm done trading. I don't like coming back to it later. There are certain notes that I put on my chart for certain things, like for instance, if it is one of the trades that, you know, takes profit before it enters me into the trade, things like that, I will make note of that on the chart. There's other notes that I'll make, like if I miss a trade for a certain reason, I'll write it down, like why I missed the trade and stuff. But yeah, after I do all of that, as far as like the balances and all of that stuff, that is when I start writing down the trades for the day. And we actually might get another trade. Let's see. Almost did it. Got 30 seconds left. This is a kind of chancy trade. I told y'all I don't normally take trades at the major support or resistance levels, but why not? Been looking at it. It's been working. Well, would you look at that? We got an entry literally 15 seconds before I stopped trading. All right, first time on my channel. What type of chart? Well, hello Lisa. Welcome to the stream. I am using a Renko chart. I am using the free NinjaTrader, N-I-N-Z-A. You can go to their website and go to their free indicators. It's one of the ones that you can download for free. I use it in conjunction with the bar status, which is also free, so that you can see what price the bar would close at. But I use a 16:1 setting, so the brick size from open to close is 16 ticks. And then the threshold is 1 tick. So basically what that means is when a reversal bar happens from the lowest point to the close for a buy and the highest point to the close for a sell, it needs to reverse 32 ticks to close the bar. And then every tick in that direction closes a new bar. The closes are real, the opens are not. If I show you, this is what the chart or what the price actually does inside of the bar, which I don't really care about, but I do like to look at that part of my chart sometimes just so I can see like if I would have gotten filled in a trade that I sat out of or something, or like if it goes straight past my my entry and I'm not filled. I like to just go back and look inside of the bar to see like, did it actually come back and hit the entry, or did we just literally just take off with no kind of drawdown? But yeah, this is the Renko setting that I prefer for scalping on the Nasdaq. To be honest with you, you can use almost any setting you want to, but I feel like the best way to see the swings of the market is to make sure that your threshold is 1 tick. Whatever you want your brick size to be, it could be whatever you want. The higher the brick size, obviously you're going to be going more for like a swing, or an intraday swing versus a scalp. So because my bars are 16 ticks, I'm scalping 18 ticks at a time. My stop loss is 18 ticks. The take profit is 18 ticks. I'm trying to open like a larger chart just so you can see what it would look like if you wanted to do kind of more of a swing. So oh shoot, where did the chart go? All right, so this is like a, oh, don't do that. So this is like a 50 tick chart. So the swings still look like decent size swings, right? But you can just know that because it's a 50 tick chart, from highest point to close has to do 100 ticks. And then you kind of just go in the direction. So it really just kind of depends. Some people like myself, I use Renko charts only. I don't look at any other chart. I don't care what's going on any other chart. I just care about what's going on with the Renko chart, because Renkos are the most price-based type of bar that you can ever use. But like I said, some people will use, like, let's say they chart on a 5-minute chart and they're looking for some kind of reversal off of a supply demand support resistance zone. They will still chart everything on whatever time frame that they use, but then they'll enter like with a Renko chart because it's pretty precise. So it's all based on how you want to use it. All right, before I start the second part of this session with the journaling, so you guys can kind of see my process with that, I am still going to show you guys the accounts dashboard. You're welcome. Oh, well, thank you for subscribing. Listen, the Nasdaq is its own little beast. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've always been, I wouldn't say afraid of the Nasdaq, but I just thought people who traded the Nasdaq were crackheads. Because who wants to trade something so volatile, right? But it's crazy because when I traded Forex, I prefer GJ because it moves so crazy. Even GN, the British pound with the New Zealand dollar. So I just was a crackhead already. But anyway, so around this time last year, I was trading ES, Dow, the Russell 2000. What else was I trading? Crude oil, gold. In the past, like 4 years ago, maybe even up to 2 years ago, I used to trade the bonds. So ZB, UB, TN. And I feel like there was a fourth one that I was trading. And I started kind of sprinkling the Nasdaq in probably around the summertime. And I was just like, yeah, this is crazy. But to be honest with you, as much as some people will try to drill into your head that the Nasdaq does not, like, it just moves like a crackhead, there's no consistent patterns ever, it just does what it wants to do, do not believe those people. If you put in enough chart time and if you have the right chart settings for whatever it is that you're looking for, you can find consistent patterns every single day. The strategy that I've been developing over the last 4 months, I've been more so focused on volume patterns that I see every single day. In the midst of the last 4 months, the first 3 months of that, I was spending on, just trying to change Renko settings, trying to see how I wanted to see the market. Because the reality is, if you find a strategy that works for you, your thought process, how you analyze things, the time of day you're able to trade, you can be pretty successful with practically any strategy that you come up with as long as it makes sense, right? And especially if it's based on consistent patterns that you see all the time. So when I changed this Renko setting the week of March 11th, I've been stuck on this Renko setting. It's just taken me a while to kind of figure out how I wanted to trade it because I refused to backtest. We were just going forward test and take what we get every single day out of the market, write all the trades down, and eventually we would have enough data to kind of define some rules. So yeah, so before I start the journaling part, which this will be my first time doing that, I want you guys to see where the accounts are. We basically got back to break even. I took 15 trades. It's not 30. That just doubles it because it counts the entry and exit. But took 15 trades. Got the P&L before commissions to be practically break even, and then with the commissions lost, we're here. So I was able to end less than 250 in the red, which is always my goal, no matter whether I'm missing trades, in trades I ain't supposed to be in. As long as I can keep my red day below 250, that's what matters most for me. I can tell you it just kind of sucks because honestly, if I traded today the way I was supposed to, if I wasn't so discombobulated and sitting out of trades and stuff, I would probably be about $400 to passing this account. Because I started off only like 8 something away, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe it was like a little over $900 away, somewhere around that, 9 something. And yeah, so it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So if you guys have questions while I'm journaling, feel free to write them down. I will definitely see the questions. And let me turn my copier off and undo everything. All right. What time do I go live each day? So I go live each morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I do not stream the first 30 minutes just because the first 30 minutes of the market being open can be super chaotic. And I like engaging with the chat. I mean, I could probably trade it still and just not pay attention to the chat, but I just prefer to be like as locked in as possible in that first 30 minutes, especially with me scalping. If I wasn't scalping, it wouldn't matter, but I have to really pay attention and my brain does not compute sometimes because of how fast the market is moving. But 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, I always stop trading at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. After 2.5 hours, my brain does not work anymore. I don't care what the market's doing after that. But yeah, thank you, Lisa. Thank you. We try to have good vibes around here. The only time you'll see me irritated is just when I'm doing stuff I ain't supposed to do, just making honest mistakes. You'll never see me go on tilt. We've talked about this over the last couple of weeks. you know, with people who have been here for a little minute now. I've never gone on tilt. You'll probably never see me go on tilt. Even today, I was down as much as 3 something, right? When I got on the stream, I was up like $80, I think, per account. Had sat out of legit 4 winning trades and a break-even trade. So, yeah. So I got onto the stream, up $80 per account, ended up down 3 something per account. And guess what? You still didn't see me go on tilt. You might see me a little irritated sometimes, but tilt. But I believe that's because I've lost enough money in the markets, like enough real money, where you ain't gonna see me go on tilt on no prop firm accounts. At all. So what I'm gonna do, you closing green? Are you talking about me, Trenches, or yeah? Well, no, clearly no. You're talking about yourself. Good. Are you getting off at 11 as well? I wish I had the stamina to continue trading after 11, y'all, but I just don't. And I want to live my life after 11 o'clock, especially because like days like today, I'm likely going to be journaling for at least 30 to 40 minutes. I don't want to keep trading. All right, so right now I'm going to, once I get done writing like all the P&Ls and stuff, because I like doing that first. Once I do that, the chart over here is going to change. I'm going to make it to where you guys can see me zooming back and forth. Because when I'm reviewing the day, I always start right at the open because I want to make sure that now that I'm not having to concentrate and pay attention, because there are times where I genuinely miss a trade and I don't even remember seeing that trade. And it's none of my indicators repaint or anything like that, but I'll just genuinely miss it, right? And so that's why I think that journaling is so important, because you need to take the time to look back at the market after you're done trading, right? So that you can see, like, now that my brain has slowed down because I'm not having to concentrate so hard on these setups, what did I miss? You can miss trades all the time. Let me see. All right, so my win-loss, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won 6 trades, lost 1, 2, 3, 4. I lost 5 trades in a row. Oh my God. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, no, it was really 4. That one was a double entry. No, actually I lost 6 trades. All right, so 1, 6, lost 1, 2, 3, 6. Then I broke even on 1, 2, 3. And I think it was only 1 trade that we didn't get filled on because it just skipped past the entry, but I'll go back and look at that later. So I will open up the NinjaTrader trade performance tab. And because I copy trade all of the accounts at once, I'll just make sure that I only have one account, my leader account, filtered on at the time. Just so I can, you know, see the wins, losses. I also like to look at this because I want to see how many losses I had in a row, how many wins in a row, stuff like that or whatever. All right. And then I also use that to, you know, start to write down my trades on that particular page, because I write down the timestamps and stuff. And I do that because if I ever have to uninstall NinjaTrader or anything like that, I'm going to lose all of my trading data that's stored. I do know that there are some people who reset the database and things like that because they might have lagging and stuff. I never have that issue, and I don't like resetting the database because then all of my trade history is gone. And regardless of me having an online journal or a physical journal, I still like seeing all my trades on the chart. It's really cool when I'm going back and I'm back testing, or like I'll go and pull up March's chart just so I want to look at something on a specific day and I can see those trades that I was taking back then that I thought, you know, I wanted to be part of my strategy, but now the rules are different and I can see like, yo, you lost that trade because your rules were all kind of wrong at the time. But yeah, so all right, I'm almost done doing the P&L part, which this is going to get longer and longer as I accumulate more accounts. So, let's see. Then I track the balance. 459.26. Now when I'm going through and I'm writing the, how many did I have? I feel like it was 3. Yeah. Also, while I'm going through and I'm writing the trades down, I'll take the filter off in the trade performance in NinjaTrader just because I want all the accounts to show, except of course my sim account. I don't care about those. But I want all the accounts to show because there are times like the other day where my leader account might have gotten a take profit, but a follower account might have gotten a break even. So I like to track that as well. And then I also make sure that I track my trail and drawdown. If the auto liquidation balance changes, I'll write that down. Or it could stay the same. It doesn't matter. And then I also just write down how much I write down in the beginning of the day, how much drawdown I have. And then I always write down what I end at for that day as well. So like on my 25K account, my liquidate balance did change. 48. Oh, on one of the 50Ks it did as well. All right, so now it's time to write the trades down. All right, so let me go through and just write the times and the results for each trade. And then I'll be changing the chart over there that you guys can see so that y'all can see me scrolling back and forth. And I'm very detailed and meticulous when I'm journaling because if I ever want to go back and review anything, I don't want to have to open my NinjaTrader to look at anything. So the more detailed I am in the journaling process, if I just want to review something tonight at 6 o'clock and I want to review a specific setup, I can just go literally through my last journal and this current journal that I have and quickly filter looking for those specific setups and not ever have to open my chart. So that's why I do that. All right, so all right, I already wrote down the first two. 910 we had a TP. 938 loss. 945 was a loss. Another trade at 945 was a loss. I think that was the one that was the double entry. Pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 951 was a loss. All right, so 1002 was a take profit. Hold on, y'all. My friend is calling me. Hello. Oh, you good. All right, y'all, sorry. One of my best friends just FaceTimed me. He did not care that I told him that I was streaming. All right, so I've already written all of the trades down. Another thing that I do like to do, like, so my losses should only be 93, 98. If there's ever a time where the loss is like more than that, I'll typically write that down too, just because I want to know. Or like if it more so specifically, if it's a break even, and like one of the break evens earlier on my leader account, it closed one tick in profit, but on the two follower accounts, it actually closed negative one tick. So we lost a little bit of extra on there. All right, and so I'll journal some of that stuff sometimes. Let's go to global mode and hopefully, all right. All right, so we are back at the start of the session. And so while I'm journaling, right, and I suggest other people do this as well. Let me put this over there. All right, so what I like to do is the same way that I'm drawing lines or drawing zones while I'm actually actively trading, I like to do the same thing as I'm journaling, because again, I could miss something. Maybe I forgot to draw a zone. Maybe I forgot to draw a specific line that needed to be drawn, and that's why I took a trade, because I didn't realize the zone was there. I didn't realize the line was there or whatever. So I like to do that in the process as well. So yeah, let's get started. All right. That's not a valid trade. That started with a double top. So no. Now, when I'm writing down trades that I missed or didn't take, I will always specify why I didn't take it. Maybe it's like a parameter that I have not completely figured out yet, just different things like that. So I make sure that any little thing, I'm journaling it. And when I'm writing down the trades, I always write down every aspect of the trade. Like, let's say, for instance, this trade right here, which I'm about to write down, is something that I didn't take that I actually should have. I'll write down that the VWAP went through the body of the entry candle. I'll write down that we were reacting off of a new session low. Like, I'll write down all of those things. So the main part of the trade when I'm writing it down is the time, the result, what the volume pattern specifically looked like. I do all of that in black ink. Then anything like it reacted off of a new session low, like here, the VWAP going through the body, those things I write in green ink. And then if price reacted off of like the previous reversal candle here, right? Anything that's based off of the previous reversal candle, anything that has to do with it, whether it reacted off of a level, whatever, I write that in red ink. And I do that because when I'm going back, because I want to look at a specific setup, if I know that I only want to look at trades that, let's say, reacted off of a new session low like this, I'm going to look for green ink only while I'm going through each line item. And of course, at the beginning of the line item, I also write what the trade was, because I trade 3 different types of pullbacks, and I also trade 2 different types of divergences, and then I have a 1-bar pullback on top of that. Then I also have pullbacks or trades that happen at my major level. So there's probably in total about maybe 7 different setups, but each setup has like 2 or 3 different types of setups inside of them. So I always make sure I write that at the beginning of the line item. That way, if I'm looking for the alternate pullback, I know I can just zoom down the left side of the line, look for all the places where I wrote that it's an alternate pullback, and that's, I kind of go through like that. So it makes my reviewing process a lot easier and faster because I'm doing it that way. All right, so let me start here because this is the first trade that I sat out of. And that was a buy alternate divergence 831. I definitely use the risk to reward tool just so I can quickly see if it would have, you know, taken profit, broken even and stuff. Because again, I have to, that's one of the reasons why I also have the Renko bar that I could see inside the candle, because otherwise I don't know if it would have broken even or what would have happened. So that one in particular was a break even. Let's see. All right, so I will also write down if things like, and I'm going to squeeze the chart a little bit. So I'll also write down stuff like this. Like if you notice, the zigzag didn't attach properly here and here. So I'll write down that like swing A, because I do swing A, B, and then the entry is C. I'll write down that like, yo, swing A wasn't smooth. Like the zigzag wasn't smooth. Apple Jacks, good morning. How you gonna tell me to get out of here? You ain't even been here. Maybe I was waiting for you. Thought about that? Have you thought about that? But I already know like the first 5 trades that I missed out on, because I wrote them down somewhere. I don't know where the sticky note went, right here. But yeah, so let's see. Got a new low. How are you this morning, Applejacks? All right, let's see. What time was news this? Oh, 8 o'clock. All right. All right, so this trade was a loss. And anytime it's a loss, whether it's a trade that I actually took or one I sat out of, I do like to write down how many bars it or how many ticks it went in my direction before it lost. You cool? I told you would. No, I'm just here because I wanted to journal today, only specifically because I was being a jackass this morning. Sat out of stuff I was just discombobulated. It's my fault though. Then these dang on people they were fear mongering. I thought it was rhythmic issues this morning. All right, we wicked off of the second support level. And we got a previous bar. How did your trading go this morning? How was London? I feel like I did everything for that trade. Yep. All right. So that is one loss there. This is the next trade that I sat out of. I do prefer to draw the even if I lose, I still like to draw the risk to reward tool on any trade that I sat out of or missed. All right, so this is the next trade I sat out of like a dummy. So buy. And that trade was a win. Yeah, this morning was just but I got back to break even minus commissions, so I can't even be mad. I'm just surprised the market actually gave me enough opportunities after 10 o'clock to be able to get back, because at one point I was down. At one point I was down over $300 per account, so I'll take it. All right, so this previous bar, the support 325. Yeah, support 2 went through the bar of that, and we got a new low BV WAP. Okay. So yeah, I'm just happy I was able to get back, because that's the most disappointing part about today. I don't even care about the trade I was in wrong, double entry. I don't care about none of that. I care more about the fact that I missed these damn trades. But like I told y'all before, the market has been so wishy-washy, and it's like one day the market's moving fast as hell, the next day is moving slow as hell. So with the way the market was moving this morning after the open, I'm not gonna lie to you, I haven't seen it move like that in a minute. Like, I basically had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 trades in the first 15 minutes of the market being open. What? Where they do that at? That is crazy. I don't. It's been a very long time. It's probably been since like the second week of March that has happened. Yeah. So I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Sell. All right, and then this one I just missed it. This one I just missed it. I like to distinguish between ones I just genuinely just sat out of and just ones that I missed. Then I will put a square around the variable of the trade that made me sit out of it. All right. So here's the first trade I actually took. Uh-oh, wrong color. So far that's 4 trades that I sat out of / missed, 2 wins, a loss, and a break even. All right, so let's, damn it. That's going to freeze my charts for a second. All right, move this down. All right, I almost defined that totally wrong. All right, so that trade went through the body of the support 2 level twice. All right. Close. All right, that trade's not valid. That one's not either. Y'all can see like this morning, even before the high impact news, look at how huge some of these swings were. Like this is for this to create a higher low after such like a huge pullback. And it was happening like that quite often. And then we would kind of squeeze, create like a flag pattern kind of, and then just push out of it again. The swings were crazy this morning, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. All right, so here's the next trade that I missed. Here. I already had it kind of like written on my chart as a missed trade. My audio is being robotic. Hold on. Hold, please. Let me see if I can hear it on my end. My audio is being robotic. Oh no, baby, that's you. That's your device. It'll do it and then go back to normal. Okay, well, maybe it's not your device. I don't know. Maybe that just means I need to get off and do this in peace, because I don't want to reveal to y'all how much I was being dumb today. I'm just in awe at myself. Like, girl, why? It's the only question I have is why. All right, so again, any trade, I'm drawing the risk to reward so I can see inside the bar to see. So we definitely would have gotten filled and we definitely would have hit the take profit. So the way that I draw the risk to reward, the green isn't where my take profit will be. It would be where my stop loss moves to break even. So if it hits this level and immediately pops up, I know it'll be a break even. But then if it goes 2 ticks beyond the green line, then I know it's a take profit. Sounds normal to you? Yeah, Applejacks, it's you, girl. Check your connection. Nah. All right, so that was a take profit. And another one. Now, also, like, if it's rules where I've been making a lot of changes to, I will pull out my cheat sheet as I'm doing this just to make sure it really was a valid trade. Which, that one, yeah, it's okay. All right, so. All right, and then the previous reversal bar here, the support 2, yeah, the support 2 level went through the body of it. So the way that I document, like, besides putting it in red, is I'll write like PB support 2 or PB sub 2. So that just means the previous reversal bar. So PB, previous bar. The body of it, the support level went through the body. So the previous bar is the P. The B that I write means that whatever level I'm about to write down, it went through the body of the previous reversal candle, because that matters. Whether it wicks, well, for some things, not everything. But I just want to know that it went through the body and not the wick, just in case at some point in time, if I notice a certain pattern based off of if the previous bar wicks or if it goes to the body, I'll already have that written down and I ain't got to open up my charts to figure it out. So I think for that trade, that's it with that. I'll also write down like if the zigzag changes during the trade, because when I'm actively trading, I will sometimes, if you hear me typing, that's typically what I'm typing in is like zigzag change or something like that. Because at one point I did used to get out of trades every single time that zigzag changed, baby. I was out But then over time of me trading, I'm like, wait a second. Some of these trades work just fine. So we need to figure out which trades do I need to get out because of zigzag change and which trades am I cool with staying in them. So that was like a big thing at one point because, baby, I was breaking even everywhere. And I was just breaking even so much that I didn't have enough like full wins to really take care of some of the losses at all. So that was a mess. Hot mess. A hot mess. All right, so trend changed twice. So that's not a thing. All right, so this is a trade where I actually didn't really miss this one. I actually took this one on sim. And the reason why is because up until like 2 days ago, literally, whenever my trend bias, so you can see I redrew the zone that would change the trend bias from a downtrend to an uptrend, right? So whenever it would start with a lower low, higher high, higher low, that's different than a traditional higher low to higher high, higher low, right? So whenever this would happen after a trend bias change, I would never take the trades, right? And the reality is it wasn't the fact that it was that kind of trend change. It's basically like a minor trend change and a major trend change at the same time. It wasn't that. My rules just weren't defined properly yet. So because of that, I went ahead and I just took it on sim for this one time because I have not taken it like actively yet. So sometimes I'll just like, oh, let's just sim it real quick. Let's just go ahead and see it work out, and then I'll feel comfortable trading it from there. So I did take that one on sim though. Let's see. All right, that one down. TP. So it's like certain things like that that you just notice over time. And that's why I tell people, like, not that a strategy doesn't matter, because it does. But even if you purchase a course from someone else, you get one-on-one mentorship from them. Like, at the end of the day, chart time is your price to pay when it comes to learning how to trade. You just have to put the time in. You have to. Let's see. All right, so this trade right here, this buy, actually it just took profit before it hit my entry. So it's this uptrend right here. And you can see when the bar closed, we just skipped right on through. Anytime this happens, I will never get filled, ever. So I write those trades down as well, because when I write down my wins, losses, and break evens, I also like to pay attention to these kind of trades too. Because to me, it just gives you extra data of like how well your fills are going. And also it just lets me know I did have another valid trade today. I just didn't get filled. All right, so this one, perfect setup. But sometimes it's the most perfect ones. I mean, all of my trades, when I take them the way they are supposed to be taken, are considered perfect setups for me. It's my A+ setups, I guess you could say. But it's literally, this one was a setup I have no questions about whatsoever. So it's like, dang, why didn't you fill me? Would have been nice. Would have been nice. All right, so let's go here. So check this out. This sell right here, right? If I would have gotten into it, it would have been a loss clearly, because we have that wick off the top of the next bar. However, I didn't get into it because the volume was not all the way right. And let me tell you how. This is why I've been so focused on noticing volume patterns. So because of the way this bar reacted, right, I wanted to see this reversal bar have more volume in the candle than this reversal bar. That's all I was looking for. This candle had 664. The previous candle has 666. 2 volume kept me out of this trade that would have lost. 2. And honestly, I can't even tell you guys what made me think to start trading volume, because I have no idea. I literally have no idea. I don't know if maybe I was just scrolling on YouTube or scrolling in a Discord chat one day. I have no idea, but maybe I just kept seeing people talk about volume and I was like, you know what? Let's try it. I don't know. But I am so glad that I did. I'm not going to lie. All right. So this was so glad I did. All right. So 15. All right, it was the volume pattern I was looking for. So this was the trade that I manually broke even with. And I did because, like I said earlier, I was filled down here. So again, some people might see it as a better entry. For me, I do not. I'm scalping. So if my entry is supposed to be up here, one tick beyond the close of this bar, I don't want to see me be filled down here. That just lets me know that there was a sell volume spike, basically, right? Too many sellers came in right when that buy bar closed. So I went ahead and I broke even. I'm glad I did, because you can see I would have actually lost that trade. It only went 2 ticks in my direction in reverse. So that is something that as of today, I'm definitely going to add in, because it happened again today, actually. So like when it's high volume, high volatility days like today, that's probably when it's going to happen the most. When it's the like lower type of volume and volatility, I don't ever see that. There's nothing else to write. So, all right, and then I just will write down I broke even because the entry is, let me see exactly how many ticks the entry was off. So my entry should have been 61.75. However, it was so 359. Oh yeah, that was way off. All right, so the entry was what, to like 9 ticks below where it was supposed to be. Yeah, we don't like that. Not as a scalper, we don't. All right, so let's keep on going. Nothing there. Can remove that line there. This was a sale that I was initially looking at, but I couldn't take it. We needed to push up a little bit further for me to be able to. And here is just a bunch of Oh, we're coming up on news. So I stopped trading 7 minutes before high impact news, so I can go ahead and zoom forward. And see, I'm looking for 902. You guys know I start trading 2 minutes after high impact news, but I wait for 2 swings to happen after that time frame. All right, so here's the next trade that I missed. Well, I really sat out of this one. I saw it. And the only reason why I sat out of it is because we were rotating over a sell rotation level to take a buy versus a buy rotation level. Now, because my trend bias was a downtrend at the time, it makes sense, because when the downtrend is happening, I see more, I'm seeing sell rotation levels for the most part. I will start seeing buy rotation levels at some point, but typically it's sell rotation levels. But so we're in a downtrend bias, so it makes sense why this happened and why the trade still worked out, even though, you know, we were rotating over it for the buy. So I'm still going to write this one down as a missed trade, because I think the only other time that it doesn't work, like if my trend bias was an uptrend at the time, I wouldn't want to take that. All right, so let's draw the risk to reward. And it actually would have been a break even. Let me make sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so now I can show you guys what a break even would look like inside of the bar. Damn it. All right, so here you can see as soon as we hit the move stop loss to break even level, it immediately came down and it hit the entry right here. The lowest point of here is the same exact price of where the entry would be, so that would be a break even. And I think that that's the last, maybe, I feel like that's the last trade that I missed out on. All right. Okay, so it's almost 12 o'clock. I'm actually going to take a break. So because of that, I am going to go ahead and end the stream. I like to take a break at 12 o'clock just to woosah, and then I'll finish journaling. So I already showed you guys what the accounts ended at today, so I don't need to do that again. Loving the way I journal your trades. That's something I need to start doing and working on. Absolutely. At some point, I am going to make a video because I do have like this little light box that I can put a camera on the top of. And I'm going to make a video kind of like literally showing you guys all the line items in my physical journal. Because even though I might trade a different way than you do, I think it is pretty cool the way that I keep track of certain things. And I'll be able to be a lot more detailed. I do use an online trade journal, which unfortunately they're not taking customers anymore, which really sucks because it's the best trade journal out there to me. The interface may not be as good as TradeZella, but it's one of the only, if not the only, trade journal that actually automatically screenshots your chart on entry and exit and attaches it to the journal entry. So I love it. So what I typically do after I'm done journaling this way is like I used to have a workspace open on NinjaTrader with a chart open for every leader account. And I only did that because I wanted to be able to have the screenshot attached to even the follower accounts. That way, if I just forget which one's the leader, which one's the follower, I could just, you know, kind of go through and click either of the accounts for that trade and see the screenshot just to see what my chart looked like at the time. Maybe I forgot to write something down or something and I don't feel like opening up NinjaTrader. But I stopped doing that because having the other workspace with the other charts was, I wouldn't say it was overloading my computer. I have 64 gigs of RAM and I have an i9 octa-core processor. This thing is a supercomputer. However, some of the indicators that I use is kind of processor heavy. So having it open on five charts, 6 charts, up to 20 charts eventually is just too much. So now what I do is I only have it sending screenshots to the leader account, and then I'll go into the trade performance tab of NinjaTrader and I'll download the Excel spreadsheets individually for each of the other follower accounts. And then I just import them into my trade journal. But I really like the online trade journal, not just for having the screenshots, but also because when I go into the online trade journal, which I am behind on, I will go through and I'll categorize each trade, you know, to say, hey, it was this specific setup. Now I can't be as detailed to say like, you know, some of the extra variables of the setup or whatever. but I can at least have a generalization of this was a regular pullback, this was the alternate pullback, this was this divergence. And so I like that because I can go into the analysis tab and I can look to see like, okay, which setup am I having the most problem with? Because when I'm going through, remember, I'm still in the process of making the last tweaks to my strategy, right? So when I go through and let's say I'm looking at a specific setup because I feel like I've been taking too many losses and there has to be a variable in there that's making me lose. Once I identify that and I see like, all right, so let's say I have 20 trades that were like that, and out of them there are 5 that are now invalid based on the new review of the data. Not only will I go back in my physical journal, I'll put a red X at the beginning of that line item in my physical journal. I'll also write the date that I reviewed it and now it's invalid. But then I also go back into my online journal and I have 2 setups in there that are categorized as invalid period, as in like it was already invalid when you got into the trade. And then I have a invalid now, meaning that it was valid at the time I took it. Now with the review, it's now invalid. So I like to do that because it pulls the now invalid trades out from the setup so that now when I look at the analysis, I can see the true win-loss, profit-loss ratio of that particular setup, not including the trades that were invalid, because that's what matters most to me. If I'm making mistakes, if the strategy is not right yet, I don't care about the losses with that. I want to know what the true P&L is because that lets me know what my edge is. My edge does not include trades that are invalid. It's only valid ones, right? But I also like to do it because if I showed you guys, and maybe, let me see if I can pull it up, because I was having issues with the trade journal, but I'm going to try to log in so I can show you how many trades in this process of me, using more forward testing to develop the strategy versus back testing. Let me see if I could show you how many trades I have filtered through. Let's see. I know yesterday it was kind of screwing me a little bit. Okay, he fixed it. All right. So let me go to, I think it's trade analysis. Yep. All right. So hopefully, I know the red can sometimes look really weird, but all right. And then I'm going to try to zoom as far in as I can. Hopefully it can be seen. If not, it's okay because I'm going to read the numbers out to you. So far in my trade journal, there are 473 trades that are documented right now. I didn't take 473 separate trades in the last month and a half because, of course, it's counting the follower accounts and stuff like that as well, right? But out of 473 trades, 57 of them were invalid, meaning they were already invalid before I got into them. And then 200 and can't tell if that's a 3 or a 5, 213 or 215 trades, which this is the statistic that I care most about. I was able to filter out that many trades by refining my rules, by journaling as meticulous and detailed as I am. I was able to filter out almost half of the trades. So literally over half of the trades that I have in my journal right now are invalid trades, which sounds crazy, right? And it actually does sound crazy. But to me, I see that as progress. That's progress in my strategy for me to be able to filter that much out. So that accounts for literally like $14,000 of a total loss. That's crazy. In a month and a half. So imagine as time goes on and I no longer have those invalid trades or the trades that I don't have to filter through anymore because now I have enough data to, hey, these are the rules, they're solidified, there's no more changes. I'll be able to start making so much progress as far as, you know, with passing more evals, getting more PAs, getting to payouts and stuff like that. Yeah, trenches, I'm still on, but I'm about to get off because it's 12 o'clock and I need to take a break. My brain hurts, so I'm going to take like a 5-minute break and then finish journaling. But yeah, I think that if you're not journaling, honestly, to me, unless you're already where you want to be, and even then I'll always journal because I always feel like there's something that you can learn, right? Because even though market conditions change, even though you might still see the same patterns every day, there are sometimes certain patterns that you might not see for a whole month or 2 weeks. Like, you can always learn from something. I always feel like that you should be journaling. That's the only way that you can truly master this, to me. It's just my thought process. But yeah, so I'm going to get out of here, you guys. I need to take a break before I finish this journaling because I still have 12 trades that I actually took that I need to journal. Plus, I'm pretty sure there's a few more that I missed / didn't take. But so far, out of that list, there were 4 wins, a loss, and a break even out of the trades that I missed or didn't take. So definitely should have been a green day today. But like I said before, we got back to break even minus commissions. So I am happy about that. The overall P&L was still less than 250. I'm happy. It is what it is. But I thank you guys for tuning in. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Bye.